The short answer is no, right? And there's two vibrations in life: ignorance, which creates fear, which is where the ego lives, and then there's understanding, which creates love. And through understanding the subconscious mind, we understand it's just like a plant, a flower, a tree, any other thing. We have the subconscious mind, right? Through understanding the subconscious mind, it's all about repetition. Repetition is what builds the new paradigm. It's like the movie Inception, when they go into the dream and all of the other people, right, are starting to attack them because the subconscious mind is being infiltrated by a new repetited affirmation. And through that repetition, we build new paradigms which take time, right? The more repetition you have, the more the subliminal results going to grow. Now, as I said, that's the short answer: no, right? It just doesn't work that way, right? And I know, all of the egotistic, right, teenagers that make subliminals and just got life figured out may not understand that yet, and that's fine. Now, as I said, obviously the subconscious mind is limitless, and there are ways to make this happen over time, though, right? Over time, though, nothing naturally just boom, right? Major significant results, right? Unless if you want to have a heart attack or kill yourself, right? If you could just boom, triple the size of your lips, or boom, just create growth, then right, you better be careful, right? And safety is the number one thing while making subliminals. Now, can we cure diseases, and can we fix and get rid of things and dissolve diseases and cure diseases like that? Yes, absolutely. But growth takes time. People don't realize how much energy and detail goes into growing just the arms, or into, for example, bodybuilding, which is why I recommend consuming a very healthy diet and even supplements while listening to physical subliminals. Yes, we can extract and take energy from nature and other areas in life, but that's very advanced and sophisticated, and even then it still takes time, right? Unless if you want to have a heart attack or a stroke or something, right? So it takes patience, and patience is just a deep understanding. Now, with that being said, obviously the subconscious mind is limitless. Now, a 1.5 minute subliminal, yeah, if you have 100 affirmations or 100 lines of different affirmations, or 1,000 affirmations, all being 1,000 different voices reading the affirmations in that 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, yes. However, the issue with that is, once again, that's a lot of repetition, but it's just one time. And then you get to a certain point, realistically, and then you have to keep listening through repetition. Repetition is what manifests and changes the paradigm. Repetition is what moves and changes the molecular structure. That the physical body is just a molecular structure vibrating according to our subconscious mind's thoughts. Our thoughts are what create this, right? And it's the repetition that allows this to happen. Now, in 1.5 minutes, let's say you just spammed, 1,000 different voices or 100 different voices. Yes, you would get some sort of change. However, there are existing paradigms already in place and an existing molecular structure that even if you spam it that much, you could be even creating too much of a good thing turns into a bad thing, where you over-nutrient a plant, you over-water a plant. What you're really just doing, right, is just boom, just right, too much of a good thing becoming a bad thing, where you really just honestly just burn yourself out. The subconscious mind and this, right, does not even respond to it, even if they're positive and good affirmations, where you just burn yourself out or just cause more harm than good, too much of a good thing becoming a bad thing. Now, with that being said, as I go into the long answer, which could be a yes or would be a yes since we are limitless, you would need to create a subliminal. I've made one a long time ago where you allow the subconscious mind to become stronger and stronger. You get rid of resistance, right? And just the average soul listening to subliminals, just being brutally honest, it already has too much subconscious resistance to where a minute and a half all you're doing is just kicking someone's door, ramming into their door really hard like a football player, and then that's all, and then you just walk away because the person doesn't answer the door. Now, let's say, as I mentioned, okay, because like I said, anything is possible, right? The subconscious mind is limitless. So what you could do is create a subliminal, as I mentioned, that I've created where you boost the subconscious mind. You're not boosting your subliminal results. You're boosting the subconscious mind and making the subconscious mind even more powerful than it already is, to where over time, and while listening to positive subliminals to create, dissolve resistance and embrace change and so many other factors that go into boosting your subliminal results, then eventually could you get to a point where you would only need to listen to a subliminal for like a couple minutes? Yes. But the amount of time that goes into, as I mentioned, just dissolving all the bad juju for there's no resistance, boosting the subconscious mind to where it can even receive it, and even then you would have to make another subliminal for safety purposes, right, where you don't have a stroke or a heart attack. And then that's very sophisticated and very complex, and I guarantee you there's only maybe a handful of subliminal creators that could even make all of the pre-subliminals, let alone the final result. Have a beautiful day, souls. I send you infinite blessing and appreciation.